rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at BeEncouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time. We are currently at Co-Harbor, our studio sponsor, right?
So beautiful.
Oh, what a wonderful place. We get such great feedback about them and what they're doing. What's so great about Co-Harbor?
Yes. So the owner, Jeremiah Callahan's just phenomenal. His attention to detail from the sound, from the aesthetics, he even got me a little microphone holder for our live Instagrams, Frank. I mean, just the attention to detail to service the business owners here who work out of here is phenomenal.
And what you always feel welcomed here. You always feel a part of this community. It's the most welcoming place that I've ever engaged. And we have some amazing people that work out of here as well.
We do. And they actually have a greeting host, which is incredible during their peak hours.
What an idea, right?
Yes. But some of the people working out of here, you just want to be here just to say hi to them. Like Chantel Bridges.
Ooh, and Melinda Joy Mingo.
Yes.
And our friend Tom
Carlson.
Yes, indeed. Wonderful people. And Lisa and I also engaged their facility in Denver called Co-working, which is a fantastic facility.
Gorgeous. Yes. And we have to do a huge shout out for Alan Briggs.
Yes.
He is our right-hand man, especially in this podcast studio. He has given us great wisdom and insight on how to use all the bougie stuff that they have in here.
The bougie stuff. Yeah.
It is. It's high end.
It is. It's wonderful. We're so blessed to be able to be here at Co-Harbor. And you need to come in and do a 14-day free trial of this facility. Lisa, tell them a little bit about some of the great things that Co-Harbor offers.
Yes. Well, their membership starts at $25 on up, and that gets them 24/7 access to a beautiful, gorgeous space. And not only that, Frank, you know what they have?
What?
Amazing pour-over coffee.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged Show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
We are currently at Cole Harbor, our studio sponsor, right?
So beautiful.
Oh, what a wonderful
Love it.
place. We get such great feedback about them and what they're doing. What's so great about Cole Harbor?
Yes. So the owner, Jeremiah Callahan's just phenomenal. His attention to detail from the sound, from the aesthetics, he even got me a little microphone holder for our live Instagrams, Frank. I mean, just the attention to detail to service the business owners here who work out of here is phenomenal.
And what you always feel welcomed here. You always feel a part of this community. It's the most welcoming place that I've ever engaged. And we have some amazing people that work out of here as well.
We do. And they actually have a greeting host, which is incredible during their peak hours.
What an idea, right?
Yes, but some of the people working out of here, you just want to be here just to say hi to them, like Chantel Bridges.
Ooh, and Melinda Joy Mingo.
Yes.
And our friend Tom
Carlson.
Yes, indeed. Wonderful people. And Lisa and I also engaged their facility in Denver called Co-working, which is a fantastic facility.
Gorgeous, yes. And we have to do a huge shout out for Alan Briggs.
Yes.
He is our right-hand man, especially in this podcast studio. He has given us great wisdom and insight on how to use all the bougie stuff that they have in here.
The bougie stuff. Yeah.
It is. It's high end.
It is. It's wonderful. We're so blessed to be able to be here at Cole Harbor. And you need to come in and do a 14-day free trial of this facility. Lisa, tell them a little bit about some of the great things that Cole Harbor offers.
Yes. Well, their membership starts at $25 on up, and that gets them 24/7 access to a beautiful, gorgeous space. And not only that, Frank, you know what they have?
What?
Amazing pour over coffee, which all of my friends love, and I love the tea. They have hot tea, and they have iced coffee, and they have sparkling water, all the things. It's so beautiful here. So come and check them out.
Well, come on down and join us at Corporate and Tech Center Drive. Beautiful location over here. You can't miss us. We're sponsored by the great Joshua Geary with Crescio. And Joshua just won Hispanic Rising Professional of the Year. Yay! Hey, he's been with us so long, and he is really produces and helps us with this show.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Crescio.
Yes, so Crescio, they offer pay what you can consultations, and they specialize in not only just Chat GPT, but they will work with your business to help you get sustainable and then leave and leave you successful. Their goal is not to stay with you forever. Their goal is to keep you moving with excellence.
Indeed. And AI work, AI is the rage right now. Joshua is an expert in AI, and he and his team can help you navigate the sometimes scary road of AI and what's happening, and deliver work with you that you won't have to worry about all the myths about AI. They know how it works for you. And what I do love, Lisa, about Crescio is the pay what you can consultations to the
Absolutely.
underserved Southeast sector. Hi, welcome to the Be Encouraged Show. I am Frank.
Lisa.
We're so happy to have you here on Monday morning, Motivation Monday, Lisa.
Yes, it is.
Right? Yeah.
We did 2 Instagram lives already.
And what did we do on Sunday, yesterday?
Oh, we went to the amazing Harvest Festival, the 5th annual Trunk or Treat, which was amazing.
Yeah,
Over there
nearly-
at Sky Zone.
Yeah.
Justina rocked it per usual.
Justina Baker, right?
Yeah.
Yvonne Baker.
Yeah.
Yeah, nearly 10,000 people showed up for the trunk or treat,
Yeah.
and Lisa and I got to hug babies. And
Yes.
we're not even running for office.
We were like the greeters.
Right,
It was
yeah.
fun. They put us right where everyone gave their canned goods and coats.
Yeah.
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 It
That
was
was so
fun.
much fun.
It was a lot
Yeah.
of fun. We always have fun though.
Yeah, we do, because it's us.
It's us.
That's right. You guys ready to have fun?
Absolutely.
All right. Hey,
Hey.
well, welcome to the Be Encouraged Show. I'm Frank Sinclair. Lisa Sennett right here. We provide a platform for entrepreneurs and community-focused individuals to expand their reach and create a positive impact in the Colorado Springs community and beyond. And we're joining you live from Coal Harbor here in Colorado Springs with some great guests. If you want to join us internationally, go to our website and select international via Instagram so that you can join us from anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world.
Yes.
So today's show is sponsored by Crescio, who offers to help social impact companies with pay what you can consultations to increase your leads, among other things, of course.
Yes.
So visit them at Crescio.com to learn more and check out the flyer that we provided both of you. You can check it out later.
Indeed. You know, we have 2 guests today that their names aren't that difficult.
Right.
You know,
the
so-
Haas family.
You're right. Well, we had some doozies last week.
Yeah,
didn't
we did.
So if you doozies are watching us, just know we love you. But
Yes.
your names are hard to pronounce.
Yes,
So-
that's why I had to introduce the guest last week.
That's right. Yeah, Southerner.
Yes.
Oh my God. that's hard for us. But anyway, I'll let you introduce them.
All right. So, the beautiful panel host, Miss Kynda Hass.
Yes.
She. It says Kynda is a BCBA. What is that?
That stands for Board Certified Behavior Analyst.
Okay, perfect. And she has an MA in ABA, which is
That's a master's degree in Applied Behavior Analysis.
awesome. And a graduate certificate in autism.
Wait a minute, stop. I'm laughing. So I'm not laughing at you because that sounds incredibly
It's
hard.
amazing.
To get.
Yes.
Right.
The running joke is she has more acronyms than I have red flags.
She is alphabet soup over
Yes,
here.
she is. So, Kynda has worked with kids since 2010 and loves to help kids grow and learn. And you are the owner, co-owner?
I am the clinical director of Colorado.
Okay, for Illuminate.
Illuminate ABA Therapy.
Awesome.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, all of that. And her husband, Mr. Andrew Haas, is a motor officer,
Wait a
certified.
minute. What is a motor officer?
I was about to tell you.
Oh,
It's
you
right
know?
there. It says right there.
It means I have the same training as a police officer.
Oh, really?
A
It does
motorcycle
not
officer.
say that right there.
Oh no,
I'm
it says
I'm not an actual motor officer. I'm a police motor officer certified trainer. So I've had the same training that bike cops go through.
yeah, but you can't arrest people.
Probably not.
No.
That would not be a good idea.
If he pulls you over, don't stop. But he could teach your kids how to ride. So he's a certified motorcycle instructor for ProRider Colorado Springs, and he makes custom motorcycle parts for Haas Cycle and Racing. And he's also famous for Lost in the Woods production.
Woo! That sounds like something happened when I was a kid.
Yes.
I used to get lost in the woods on purpose.
And you might get killed.
Right, yeah.
And
You see the
that's
streetlights go off if you're in the woods. You don't have to be home.
that's right.
Indeed, indeed. So, Haas, welcome to our show. We're so glad to have both of you
They're
here.
adorable. They're holding hands.
I
They're
know.
kissing each other. It's so cute.
Just stop it.
I know.
Yeah. I was going to get on your case anyway, dude, because I heard about you.
In the best
Yeah.
of ways.
Bad things, I assume.
It took you a minute to marry your bride.
It did.
15
It
years.
took me 23 days to propose, but 15 years to actually get married.
So I'm curious, Andrew. We've got to start with you on that opening because you said that.
Oh, my God.
So Andrew, what was it like growing up? Where'd you grow up, and how was your house family dynamics?
I was born and raised in Los Angeles. I was a latchkey kid, so I mostly took care of myself. My family history is a little colorful. I was essentially on my own there for a bit at 16 when my father got arrested and went to prison. So we grew up very differently.
Which is why it
So-
took you 15 years to...
Yes.
That wasn't entirely my fault. I tried to get it taken care of quickly. But,
So were you with your mom at 16 when that happened?
no, I
That's
was
a
with my
pretty-
aunt and uncle.
Okay.
Yeah, my parents divorced when I was, I don't know, baby. I have
Oh,
no
wow.
idea.
Really
I was very
young.
little, yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't grow up in a 2-parent household. I grew up with one. So yeah, like I said, and I it was different growing up. My family comes from stunts. My great grandfather is one of the first motorcycle stuntmen. He started out bootlegging and running rum and whiskey in Oklahoma, and then he transitioned into doing stunts and performing for tourists there. And that got him picked up with Lucky Teeter and his Hell Drivers, and then that led to him being Clark Gable and Cary Grant's stunt double. And
Wow.
Handsome dude, too, huh?
So my family goes back with motorcycles about 100 years.
So that's how you hit LA?
My father was a stuntman and special effects guy growing up.
Wow.
So I went a different direction with it. I prefer to keep people's wheels on the ground.
Yes.
Than going through burning buildings and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But
Did you ever meet the Knievels?
I've met a long time ago when I was little. But
Yeah, when you were little.
That's the kind of people that we grew up with: motorcycle stunts and car stunts and doing special effects and stuff like that. It was so I got into filmmaking inevitably and worked that and worked motorcycles. But yeah, I definitely take it a different direction than they did. They're a little crazier than I am.
Yeah. Well, still in the blood, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I can't. Even with as much damage as I've been hit by a truck, and last year I broke my wrist in 2 places, sternum, 4 ribs, shattered my right hip and my patella. And the first words out of my mouth when I woke up was, "That was my bike."
How's your bike?
How's the bike?
Because that was.
Spoiler alert, it's not great.
Yeah, no, it's not great. It's not. But I was shopping for a replacement while I was in the hospital bed.
Wow.
Because it's what I do.
Did you get? It wasn't your fault. You got.
Oh, absolutely not. It was 100% the other person's fault.
Okay.
If I hadn't had the motor officer training that I'd had, which is the same stuff that we provide now, I wouldn't have made it.
You would have died.
Oh yeah, she'd kill me. Absolutely.
Wow.
It was because I was able to handle my motorcycle and it was still fresh in my mind. I run drills all the time. I encourage people when they're working on their safety training, when they're learning these new skills. There's always something new to know when you're riding motorcycles. There's always going to be somebody who's better at it than you are. No matter how good you are, you can never look at it as I know everything.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to teach you how to do something better. And if I hadn't have been given the skills, because I hadn't taken it seriously prior to that,
Right.
if I hadn't had those skills, I wouldn't have made it home.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no problem admitting that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, that was, I got, like I said, it was a Toyota Tacoma.
I think so.
Yeah, it was truck.
Kind of big,
yeah.
The
So
SUV,
Wow.
it was
truck,
one of the newer
yeah.
ones. That's the bigger Tacomas, not back when they were the mini size
Right.
ones. So.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we're glad you're here.
Well, thank you.
on
Yeah,
Earth still.
always wear your helmet.
Yes.
Always wear your helmet.
Yes.
I don't care what the law is. Wear your helmet.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really not that hard.
Right. Exactly.
Wow, what an opening story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm over here laughing like a big dog. Notice how I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was quite the story, my friend.
Yeah.
Illuminate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yes.
and the great Kynda Hass is here as well. We were privileged to see you on Friday
Yes.
at an
Fun.
event as well. So tell people, because they're sitting on the edge of their seats right now going, what in the world is Illuminate?
Yeah, so we do behavior therapy with children. So applied behavior analysis is we take the science of behavior and we use it in a way that can change our kids' lives and their families' lives and improve their quality of life. So we work with our families. We run our assessments and we identify maybe what behaviors does your child need? What are they missing or delayed in or just need some extra help to be able to learn? And we write goals around that to increase those behaviors or teach those skills that are missing. And then if that child has any problematic behaviors, we work on addressing those too and maybe teaching a skill that can replace that problem behavior. So we try to really pare down of why is this happening? What is it doing for this individual? What are they getting out of it? Because every behavior has a reason.
Yes.
You often hear like, oh, it's just out of the blue. They're doing it
Just
for
the
no
way
reason.
they are.
Yeah.
Well, there is a reason.
Yeah.
And we can figure out what that reason is. And then if it's a problem for this person, then we can teach them a better way to meet that purpose.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like to know because we want to make this as practical as possible because we want people to engage, illuminate. right? So give our audience a practical behavior problem that you deal with and how it's solved by talking with you guys.
Sure. So, a common one is potentially, one of the characteristics of autism. Let's go into that.
Okay.
Because most of our clients have autism diagnoses. Not all of them. You don't necessarily have to have that. There's some wiggle room with some of the insurances, but many people with autism have trouble with communication skills. So potentially, let's say if a child is having trouble learning how to request something, they have maybe they want a cookie, whatever it might be. They want to request something, but maybe they don't know how. So what a lot of our families see is those problematic behaviors. So maybe it's a tantrum, but maybe it's a tantrum that this child is not learning a new skill, so they keep having these tantrums, and maybe they get bigger and more severe because this kiddo can't get their needs met.
Yeah, their frustrations like building and building inside.
Yeah. So we can identify okay, so these tantrum behaviors are happening because this kiddo hasn't learned how to request. They can't get that need met in a way that maybe other children have learned. So then we would take a natural situation, we really focus on what we call naturalistic interventions of maybe the kiddo wants to color, and so we're going to color, we're going to have lots of fun with it, but maybe I have the markers and I'm going to teach the kiddo how to ask for a marker, and we're going to keep doing that, and we're going to keep practicing in that way, and using that opportunity where they're engaged, they want to do this activity, we're excited about it. And we're learning how to communicate and learning how to meet those needs.
Okay.
So
Yeah, how do you train the parent? What if a parent's reinforcing some of those behaviors in the way that they're dealing with? Autism can be a difficult thing for a parent, particularly not trained in how to handle that, maybe not feeling as though they had some blame in the situation. You see what I mean? Psychologically, it can become a trip for people, right?
Yeah.
So how do you get parents on board?
Well, one of the cornerstones of our services is that we also offer parent training.
Oh, nice.
So we'll have maybe a behavior technician is going in and working with your child, and then a BCBA is sitting down with the parents and going over behavior principles or principles of reinforcement, and working with parents on let's figure out again why your child is having these behaviors, whatever they are, and I'm going to give you the tools so that you can figure it out,
That's
and
great.
you can kind of work through and try to determine what's happening and how you as the parent can respond, or how you as the parent can prevent this behavior from happening, or whatever it might look like. But I want to give parents those tools because you're the ones that live with your child.
Absolutely.
You're the one that you do this
Right.
24 hours a day.
Yes.
I might be in a few hours in your
Right.
home, but you're gonna be there all the time.
That's right.
So if you know how to help your child, that's ultimately going to be the best for your family.
So do you guys cover the whole Western Slope? Like, what's your footprint for your services?
Yeah, so right now we're really focusing on building up the Colorado Springs area, but I know as quickly as possible we'd like to expand throughout Colorado. So if we can get down south into Pueblo, or if we can go up north into Denver and cover.
You mean when you go south
Yes.
to
Yeah.
Pueblo, up north to
Long-term
different-
goals.
Yes.
Long-term.
Well, I'm asking for our
We'll see how-
listeners because we
Yeah,
do
of
have people
course.
listening in from Denver as well. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pueblo and those places. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lisa, I know you and I, we have some incredible spaces of curiosity with us, right? Probably why we do this kind of stuff, because we are curious humans. Kynda, before we get back to your husband and talking about him nearly killing himself, and those, and those kind of
So like a
things,
Tuesday.
you guys
Yeah.
just try to make it. Yeah. What's the story of Kynda Hass? What is the touch points that say, I'm gonna be a behavior scientist and I'm gonna help with kids and those things? What's your story that led to this?
Sure. Well, I actually grew up here in Colorado, up in like the Louisville, Boulder area. And when it came time for my undergrad, I honestly wanted to get out. So I went up to Washington. I went to Whitworth University for my undergrad in psychology. And that was
Why did you want to
wonderful.
get out?
I'm sure it was a teenage rebellious, just get away from the parents, get away from the family, get away, go do something new, have an
Yeah.
adventure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
digging, so you know.
Uh-huh.
The same reasons we all went away for college.
Yep. So, and then as soon as I graduated from my undergrad program, I was looking for anything. Anything I could get into, any jobs. And I had a friend of mine actually started working at an ABA clinic out in Idaho, and she encouraged me to apply. She was like, I think this would be really good for you. It's a great position. So I did. And that was it. I never looked back.
Huh.
So I was not looking for it. I really never pictured myself even working with children.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should see her face when she said it. Children.
Do you have children?
We have, one from a previous marriage and then two of our own.
Yeah,
Nice.
I met them. Remember when we did the thing outside and our thing blew away because of the wind?
Oh,
and
you
it
met my
said-
parents?
I met your dad.
Yeah.
He was there.
Was I
And
there?
weren't some of your kids there too?
Were the boys
Your
there?
kids were
No,
there?
they
Oh, I
weren't
thought I
boys.
knew. Yeah,
No,
okay. Okay.
So we have 9, 13, and then 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I used to have hair too.
Yeah.
Some of it wasn't even gray.
Yeah. It's a thing, right? They age us very quick.
I get it, man. I get it.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. So your space found you.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It just felt right. It resonated.
It was great. It was great to see these kids meet their goals. It was great to see these families that were in crisis not be in crisis anymore because they had relief and they had help. And it's so fulfilling
Yeah.
to know that you're making such an impact on these people's lives.
Were any of those deficits in your life coming up?
Deficits. What do you mean?
You're fulfilling something for these kids. You're helping them find out who they are, why they are, and some of the great things they can do in life. When you were coming up, did you get those things in your life from your family situation?
Was there?
Yeah, did it
Any
create a deficit in you that makes you want to fulfill it today in others?
Not that I can put a finger on.
No? Okay.
I had a way different childhood. I was very privileged.
Yeah,
I had
back
a
to
lot
the
of
United
support.
Negro
I
Fund,
had,
right?
Well,
I said we
sometimes
come from very different backgrounds.
privileged families though have a lot of back drama.
Oh, they do. Yeah, 'cause overwhelmingly, did you know that privileged kids kill themselves as far as
Yes.
suicidal on a rate much higher than poor kids or
Yeah.
kids with lack of resources?
I did not know that.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
interesting. Yeah, because I don't
Yeah.
think, nobody put much expectations on me, so I didn't have to worry about family.
Right?
There's always
Exactly.
something else to look for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't get down on yourself when nobody expects much from you.
Yeah.
And when you got everything and you're still miserable, then it follows that some of these things happen in people's lives
Yeah,
and things.
exactly.
Right? Yeah, absolutely it does. Yeah.
So, I'm married, third marriage in. Don't judge. But I will say this:
I'm judging.
I lived a very similar life like you, but up in the San Francisco Bay Area as a latchkey kid in Oakland, California.
Oh, yeah.
So lots of past trauma stuff, you know. So when I married John, I had all these traumas, triggers, everything inside of me, which I was totally oblivious to. I thought I was great, right? But I wasn't. And so early on when we got married, we're now 3 years in, but at the beginning, this stuff was happening, and I'm going, what in the world is going on? And I really was ignorant to it because I wasn't in therapy. But I'm asking you, because you're married, so John was amazing, because I realized one night, I'm like, oh my God, I'm self-sabotaging my marriage. And I wasn't doing it on purpose, but I was doing all these little things that were building up, and John is the most laid-back guy ever. And literally, right?
Yep.
And he was getting stressed out, but once I went into therapy and we really worked together on it. How are you doing being married to a gentleman who I know probably has a lot of past traumas? Does your professionalism help in that realm?
I hope so.
Damn. I didn't think I was going to get called out. The red flags.
I'm sure you're not like I was.
She was resonating with the hood, man.
I was resonating with the hood. How are you doing, Kynda?
You know, I think that my work teaches me a lot of patience.
Yeah.
And then compassion. And, you know, nobody's perfect, but I think we communicate well enough.
Yes.
And we always work on our communication, and I hope I can say that.
Yeah.
Because I hope that's true. I'm always working on our communication.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big focus for us.
Yeah.
Of kind of checking in and just making sure that we're both okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the optics of holding hands here today. I'm
Isn't
telling you,
it
because
cute?
it doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't.
Or I
Right.
still open her door.
You're
Yeah.
our first couple who's doing
Yeah,
this,
Michelle
and
and I
it's so
do
beautiful.
that all the time. My wife and I do even when we're home sitting on the couch watching TV, we
Yeah.
hold hands, right?
Not
We-
me. My legs are all over John. I don't do the hand holding. I gotta have him like right up against me, but I'm clingy like that.
I
I just thought I'd share. He knows I need more than a hand.
I spend a lot of time on the road, and so when I'm home, I'm always holding her hand. We're always right next to each other. She's my best friend. She's
It doesn't hurt that she looks like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Hello. Those baby browns.
I'm married well above my station for sure.
That makes four of us.
Right.
You, me, and any other man that's listening.
I'm married out. I definitely married out of my league, but the good thing is I ain't playing sports, so.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. That's cool.
You're incredible, Andrew. You know, I love saying this, asking people this, and do we call you Drew or Andrew? Which one?
Andrew. Honestly, I answer to all of them.
You answer all of them. Okay.
Yep.
You know, Robert Frost wrote a poem, and I'm sure your brilliant bride knows this. Everyone's heard this over time. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the road less traveled, and that has made all the difference. Andrew, what is the road less traveled in your life?
For me, it's been having a family. It's not something I really understood growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my life, it's been putting material needs first and trying to get what you want rather than what you need. And so my biggest focus is I never put anything above my family. It don't matter what it is. I will never ever put anything above my family. It doesn't matter how much I want it, doesn't matter what it is or who it is, my family will always come first. And that's something that's been big for me. It's been an interesting journey too, because there's people I grew up with don't get that. So they try to encourage you to do things that might not be the best thing for your family, and just saying goodbye to those people and say, nope, sorry, not worth it to me.
Yeah.
There's never going to be something that's worth putting my family second.
Right.
Doesn't matter
When
what
you
it is.
prioritize, you find that your realm of influence begins to shrink.
Yes.
Right?
But
It
the
does.
people that are loyal to me now are much more loyal than, because of that. Because I put my people first and I put my family first, they will stand by me through anything. Even in the face of adversity and stuff that we have to deal with, it doesn't matter, because they know that I'm here for my family, and if I call you family, that means I'm there. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
So it's been interesting though.
That means being added to the emergency list on the cell phones too, Frank.
This is the Be Encouraged show.
Yes,
with
it
Frank
is.
Here on Monday morning, and my dear friend, and she loves me, so she wants to make sure that I'm good. But anyway,
Yes.
thank you. I
Yes.
appreciate that. Little Orphan Annie always would say, this is a hard knock life.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah. What's been hard knock for you, my friend?
Well, I honestly think it's been all of the health issues that we've had to deal with over the years. We'll just say his body does not like him.
Yeah. I actually set off. I set off metal detectors.
Oh yeah.
You got that, man?
One of my guys was in a hit and run last week, this is another. As soon as I said, "Hey, my guys, I gotta go," she knows that I got people I gotta go take care of.
Yeah.
And so when I went into the hospital, I empty all my pockets, and I looked at the guy, and I'm like, I think I'm still gonna set it off. And he goes, oh, we'll see. And I walked through, and sure enough, I set that metal detector off, and it's in my neck, my back, my hip, my wrist, my knee.
So you're semi-robotic.
I'm actually legitimately a cyborg.
Yeah.
I'm type 1 diabetic too, so I have
Oh,
an
wow.
artificial pancreas. So I'm legitimately a cyborg.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my.
This is not my cell phone.
Yeah.
This is my pancreas.
Is it
Oh,
really?
Yep.
Wow.
Goodness.
Yeah. My oldest daughter died from type 1.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
How old was she?
42.
42, yeah.
That's how old I am.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's a difficult disease for sure.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm type 2 myself. Yeah. Much easier to control at the type 2 level, with those things. But man, dude.
Yeah, I've had
You're
18
type 1
surgeries.
diabetic and out living recklessly on motorcycles. I mean, you said, let's go with a gusto, huh? Right?
It's what is it? There's a saying. It's not how you live. It's how much you live. So, and I believe,
I believe
do
that
what you
too.
love.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If she didn't want to work with kids anymore, I'd do whatever I had to do to make sure she could find something else to do.
Right.
Because
So
you
cool.
should love you shouldn't just go to work to punch a clock.
Exactly.
That's why we're entrepreneurs.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
So what's your vision, Andrew, for your company, the motorcycle lesson company? Like, where are you going with that?
So we started ProRider Spokane in Washington, and I handed over ownership of that to another individual after we left. But we were just to get people safe, to understand the realities of what being on a bike is that everybody likes getting out and having the wind in their hair and having fun, but it's something that should be taken seriously. We choose to use a method of transportation that we know is not as safe as a car.
Right.
We're not confused.
Right.
No safety belts, no airbags.
Yeah.
We're not confused. But when you live for it and it's what drives you and it's what you love, you should have the skills to make sure that you're as safe as you can possibly be, because nobody else is going to be looking out for you.
Yeah.
No one else is worried about your safety other than you. And so One of my good friends, Taylor, she's co-hosting with some riding shows and stuff with me. She came out and I said, well, what's the thing you struggle with? And she says, I always feel like I'm going to drop my bike when I do a U-turn. She's got a big old bagger. Bagger being like the big Harleys and big Indians, right?
Why she ride such a big bike?
Because she likes it.
It's probably a smoother ride.
I mean,
right?
it's she likes it's comfortable. She enjoys it. Within an hour, I had her able to do a U-turn not much bigger than this room.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
our courses are set up very small. Being able to execute emergency stop and escapes, being able to do weaves tighter so that she can avoid things on the road, and just being able to see people realize that a lot of people don't understand. They think, oh, well, I can't do that because my bike's too big. Bull. Physics don't care how big your bike is. Physics cares about physics. And if I can do it on my bike, you can do it on your bike. And I learned all the skills that I learned on a beat up, barely running 1980s ex-police KZ1000. I mean, it was a heavy, old, clunky bike. And if I could do it on that, you can do it on anything.
Nice.
So it's helping people to see that there's more to it than just what your perception is of, I'm on my bike, I'm on the highway, I'm untouchable. Like, no, you need to get some skills. You need to learn. You need to educate yourself and understand. Because if you take it seriously, it literally will save your life.
So I was telling Kynda, did you tell him already about
I
the
don't know.
e-bike stuff?
Oh,
Okay,
no, I
so I have a 14-year-old son, and all the 14-year-old plus boys who can't get their driver's license yet are doing these. It looks like a motorcycle, but it's an
Surrounds.
e-bike. E-bike, yeah, that. We have a $5,000 bill because our son was like, off the bike, but accidentally went like this, and of course slammed into a Cordera custom garage, and the little pedals scraped up the custom driveway. I mean, all the things. But had he taken a safety course, there are no, to my knowledge as a parent, there are no safety courses. These kids can go 40 miles an hour. They are pulled over all the time because it looks like a motorcycle, acts like a motorcycle, so all the police are pulling them over, even though they're on a sidewalk, because they're giving them citations. But he's like, no, it's a bike. And then they're like, oh, okay, but still, it's a market.
I have normally with my training, because it's so advanced, we do, the only thing we don't do is the tactical side. So you're not going to lay your bike down and learn how to return fire from behind it, but you're going to go through all the same stuff that police motor officers have to learn. In fact, the guy who founded our company is a retired officer of, I think, 30 years. He's been around for a long time. The way I do it is, if you're going to take the course, the full course, you need to have your motorcycle endorsement and you need to have some experience. But I also, as someone who's been on a bike since he was 12, 13 years old now, I also offer private lessons because I believe that you should have the skills from day one.
Right.
You can build the skills later once you've got some experience under your belt, but if you have those skills from day one, you're just going to keep building on them instead of trying to chase something with no education. I walked into when I took my endorsement, I thought I was going to fail because I'd never, other than and I had to have it before I got my police motor officer training. And so I thought I'd failed my test because I'd never had anyone to teach me that stuff. And that's one of the reasons why I believe that for private lessons, for people that don't have quite as much experience, that aren't ready to take our 4 8-hour classes, I'm always happy, especially younger people, to help them actually get the skills that they need and get training so that they can go in and take their tests and feel like they're already ahead of the curve, not starting to learn when they get their license.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. I mean, I drove before I got my license because that was my family comes from stunt drivers. They had me out in
Right.
lots
Yeah.
doing things to make sure I knew how to handle getting into traffic and things
Yeah.
like that. And that really helped me as a young person. And so that's something that we do offer is private lessons for anybody that's not quite at the level that they're ready to take those high-end skill classes.
Right on. Right on. So is that a franchise then, ProRider Colorado Springs?
ProRider Colorado Springs is our franchise. Yeah, we
Okay.
own, that's
It's a license.
it's a license. So yeah, it's
Okay.
essentially a franchise. They'd operate it a little differently, but it is essentially a franchise that we've like I said, we started in Spokane and then moved over here.
Okay.
Right on.
Those only two places that you have it in?
They operate all over the country.
Okay.
There's even international ProRiders, I believe now.
Really?
So yeah, I think
But
the
you own
company's-
the franchise here.
I just own the franchise here
Got
in
it.
Colorado
Right
Springs.
on. Right on.
Very cool.
What do you want people to know, young lady, about Illuminate? Why? Tell them why they should come to you. What separates Illuminate and the value that you're going to bring this community with this space? Because it's pretty new here.
Yeah,
Right?
we're pretty new here.
Yeah.
I mean, we right now are focused on home-based services. So, you know, if you have a child and you guys are struggling, we'll do the services directly in your home, which can be really beneficial for a lot of families because another issue that many people with disabilities or with autism struggle with is called generalization. So, excuse me, we might teach a skill in one environment and they might get it, you know, they've got it down, they can do it every time, but the issue is whether or not that skill is then going to translate into other environments and other situations where it might be needed.
Yes.
And many people struggle with that. So that is one of the benefits of doing home-based services is that we're going to teach it in the environment that it's needed and that this child spends most of their lives in. You know, the majority of your time is spent at home or at school, you know, if you're a kiddo. But that's where we want to focus on teaching those skills. We want to make sure that that child is supported in their natural environment and that when our staff leave, they can continue doing that skill without us there because that's where they learned it. They've got that generalization.
Right.
So would it be correct to say that Illuminate creates customizable programs for people not in their homes and otherwise if needed?
Under the age
Yes.
of 18, or do you do adults as well?
Right now we're focused on children.
Children, yeah.
Children.
So 18 and under, right? Or
Yeah.
17.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know there's a cutoff. There's like a weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do, that might be an area of growth, would be to move into adult
Yeah.
services.
That's
so
the
we're
hardest
we're
thing is
always
when
looking
they
for additional
age out.
opportunities. And that is another thing that Illuminate really focuses on. A lot of clinics, not all of them, but a lot of clinics have focus on early intervention and they have an age cutoff. So many places will say, okay, well, once your child hits school age, you know, and they can start going to elementary school, then the school's we're just gonna let you rely on school services, which might work for some kids. But we try not to age kids out like that. We
That's
want to
awesome.
continue working with those school age kids, you know, as long as they still need the services.
Yes.
But yes, it's 100% individualized because this child is not the same as this child over here, is not the same as that child over
Absolutely.
here.
There's no
Everybody
human the
has
same.
such
Yeah.
unique needs and unique behaviors and things that they do and things that they need help with. So that's where we work really closely with our families of, okay, what is impacting your family? What is the situation that it's impacting your family? And how can we intervene to make that situation better?
Yeah. I'm the
specific to
recent
you.
chair of the board of directors at CASA. And organizations like that who have children in the legal system, court-appointed services and those type things, and have people that help with those. Does your organization partner with those kind of organizations, or
We are absolutely looking for partnerships.
are you?
Yeah. So
Well,
that
I'd
would
love
be
to connect you.
That would be great.
Yeah, because that's a great resource for families.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a great resource for family. Yeah.
Well, and I know personally, and as our company, we want to help build those community relationships, you know, and help meet those kids' needs again, you know. So if we're providing this service and this child has a need that is kind of outside of our area, you know, outside of what we do, I want to make sure that I connect them with somebody that can help meet that need.
Yes.
You know, if it's a speech therapy, or if it's an occupational therapy, or if it's some kind of community resource system, you know, to help with housing, or if, you know, whatever it might be that family and that child needs that I can't provide.
Absolutely.
We want to have those partnerships.
Yeah, I see some synergy there. So, and that's what we do in our community.
Yes, exactly.
We want to connect one another to one another.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So we can
There's
take
no competition. It's very collaborative.
Yeah,
You can all help each other.
Yeah, that's what I love about the culture of Colorado Springs. You know, you can still have people competing because that's what they do. But overall, there's a general consensus among our businesses that we want to collaborate with one another. Yeah. So, what is the question you have for them? So before we end, Lisa.
All right. Well, we will start with you, Andrew.
Okay.
So we would like you to look at the camera and take a moment to encourage the world, and then let them know how to reach you.
Okay.
The spot, baby. Yes.
Right. One thing that has always served me in life is you chase what you're passionate about. I was told a long time ago by some friends that are very important to me when I got into filmmaking is you chase your stupid dreams. There was a swear word in there. I just didn't make sure I had it down.
Thanks for catching yourself.
And that has always served me well. Is to if you're not going to chase your dreams, no one else is going to. So get out there and get after what you believe in and what matters to you. And we are currently working on it. We had our website in Spokane, so everything's getting moved over here. It should be up this week. It'll be Hass Cycle and Racing, HASS Cycle and Racing. And we do custom carbon fiber parts through there. You'll be able to get our schedule for lessons and contact me for private lessons as well. And then if you want to go see some fun music or some horror movies that we've done, you can always catch Lost in the Woods Productions at YouTube.
Nice.
Right on.
Well done,
Kynda has
Andrew.
always been my co-director on all my projects.
Really?
Oh yeah, she's always been there
That's
with me.
surprising to me. Right?
So we got a buddy who also does the face painting and really scary stuff. If you need him, he's local. I
Nice.
can introduce you to him.
We're working on a slightly different focus right now. We've got our pilot episode almost edited here for our writing series. We're taking it away from horror movies and going to be focused on helping provide people with some of the lessons that we give.
Oh,
Just
cool.
put that out there on the internet to show people what it actually does for you. So we've actually got a couple people that ran through some lessons that I'm just putting together right now, and we'll have that out here shortly as well on our YouTube.
Very cool.
Yeah.
He is pivoting from horror.
Yes, pivoting from horror.
I've seen enough gore on myself.
Yeah.
You don't need to see it on
I don't
the
need to see it. I'm good.
Yeah, same thing with you, my friend.
Yes.
Would you do that for us?
Okay. I think that I just want to say that, and it's along the same lines as what Andy just said, is just, you know, work on your goals and move towards those goals, and you can meet them, you can get there, and seek out resources and things to help you get there, whatever it might be for that, but don't give up on those. So yeah, and then Illuminate ABA, you can go to our website at illumtherapy.com, and I can put that on the
In comments.
On the
Yeah,
comments
please.
as
That'd be
well.
great.
Yeah. And then from our website, we've got our phone numbers and we've got a contact page. So if you're looking for services, you can call us or fill that out or email. All that information is going to be on there.
Indeed.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes. We've had Kynda and Andrew Hass with us today, and we're so thankful that you guys would take your valuable time
Thank
to
you.
come in and share with us.
Thank you for having
Yeah.
us.
Show number 1 today will be back.
They're still
shortly.
holding hands. Cute.
Aw. We'll be back shortly. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
Would you eat a prime steak if it was served on a dirty plate? Probably not. Hi, I'm Giuseppe. Just like a fine steak, your product needs to be presented well to be effective. If you feel you're not selling effectively or spending money on unused tools, comment below with marketing strategy. Let's clean up your presentation and maximize your business potential in just 90 days.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
Would you eat a prime steak if it was served on a dirty plate? Probably not. Hi, I'm Giuseppe. Just like a fine steak, your product needs to be presented well to be effective. If you feel you're not selling effectively or spending money on unused tools, comment below with marketing strategy. Let's clean up your presentation and maximize your business potential in just 90 days.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at BeEncouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
Would you eat a prime steak if it was served on a dirty plate? Probably not. Hi, I'm Giuseppe. Just like a fine steak, your product needs to be presented well to be effective. If you feel you're not selling effectively or spending money on unused tools, comment below with marketing strategy. Let's clean up your presentation and maximize your business potential in just 90 days.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
Well, hello.
Hi, everyone.
This is Lisa Sennett.
This is Frank Sinclair.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we're going to be Encouraged show with Frank and Lisa on Monday afternoon. Now, Lisa, we've had such a great time with the first people. Set a high bar for you humans.
Yes.
Downhill from here,
Right.
guys.
Just saying.
See what else is on TV.
Yes.
Do not touch that down.
Yeah. Don't touch the remote.
Right off the bat.
Who we have today, Lisa? on
All
the second
right.
show?
Well, first, I want to do a quick thank you for our platinum sponsor. Thank you, Crescio, for this show. When you get a pay what you can consultation with them, you can learn how to penetrate the noisy market with brand recognition strategies.
Indeed.
So visit Crescio.com to learn more and check out the flyer that we gave both of you.
We have it.
Indeed. The
Yeah.
way to not miss that with your
Nailed
band.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Sign up
How
right
does it feel
now.
to be that incredible?
Oh, you know, I'm with you, Frank.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Hey, we got the great Cindy Lantz with us today.
Yes.
She has a vision to glorify God by obeying His call to serve children and families in crisis with dignity, compassion, and love. She is also in ministry at Canyons Community Church in Castle Rock.
Is that so
She's such
true?
a lovely lady.
Okay.
She's recently been let go.
I was
but
just asking if
we
that's still
still
true because her face looked a little like, oh, you're saying this.
I love it.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
You got me.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
great.
we're believers here,
Yeah,
we
right?
are
Yeah,
actually, so,
yeah.
yeah.
The people can say what
Bring
they
it.
want to say.
Yeah, we
They
can.
kind of our show.
Yes.
Right.
why we have no overhead.
Exactly. Yeah. So right. So it either resonates or it doesn't. So here, Steve Ringelspaugh.
Yes, sir. Wow, I really like the enunciation.
Yes. You
A
nailed
strong
that.
German accent
I'm
there. Thank
telling
you.
you, not
Very
so
well
down
done.
Not bad for a
Little
southern
phlegm in the
black
back
guy.
of the throat there. Thank you. That's all you need
I don't
to
know.
say.
That's all you need to
That's
know.
it.
Right?
That's all you need to know.
Yeah,
Last
so
name.
he is CarePortal Denver area director, former student pastor, recovering
Recovering.
student
Yeah, I
pastor,
bet.
with Beautiful Redemption as well, and doing great work in community
Thank
and
you, sir.
life. So thank you for being
Yes.
here.
My pleasure. Thank you
Yes,
guys.
indeed. So I know,
Oh shoot.
because this is how you do it, that you have a question. Which one of these people is our person?
Steve is.
She's the main one.
No.
Nope.
She let
Steve
me
is the
fly on her
man of the
coattails.
hour. You're
Oh,
our
wow.
panel
Yes.
host.
My
You
We
brought-
met Steve before,
Yeah.
so.
Steve brought Cindy on, but I would say this: Cindy looks fabulous. She had no idea that she was going to be on video.
She might not have
Yeah.
been told by
Yes. Now Steve, on the other hand, got his hair cut. He was like prepping for
Yeah.
this.
I got my shirt on.
You got that
Yeah,
red,
yeah.
nice
I
shirt.
just wanted to one
top
up her
button open.
Yeah.
one time in my life. Just one time. Always getting one up there. Just like, no, it's just audio. Just come in your jammies.
Yeah.
But she didn't. I
You are
planned.
so lucky.
Right?
You only see from here off.
That's
Right.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do jammies here.
Hey, she's got fuzzy
At least
slippers
jammy
on.
bottoms. Yeah, so guys, Steve, it is, you can tell that you're a guy with a lot of personality. Would you agree with that, Cindy?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
That's what my mother said. She said, I got the personality and my brother's got the looks. I don't really know how to
Well,
take
my
that.
mother didn't say either one about me. So.
Oh my God.
All right, so I feel good about myself.
You
Thank
should.
you.
He was a
You got half of it.
You got the smarts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah,
You got the smarts.
Okay.
you can work with that.
Total bookworm.
Yeah.
He could read a book in like 20 minutes. It's really annoying.
Well, I read.
Inspired.
You know, what can I say?
He's got the
You
Cliff
know,
Note
yeah.
audio
4 feet
deal.
10 inches tall when I
Uh-huh.
was in 10th grade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you know, it wasn't like the girls were running down the hall. Hi, Frank.
Yeah.
They were running the other way. Oh, you poor little thing.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, you're cute.
Yes.
That's
Friend
nice.
zoned all the way.
Go
You
talk to
wanna
the
go
football
out.
players. Yeah.
I'm I'm having some flashback therapy moments.
Welcome to our therapy session today, and the Be Encouraged show.
Yes.
So, Frank, how did that?
All right.
Sorry.
You
so
asked
Steve,
first.
You actually have things to talk about, so we're just gonna
So-
right over to Lisa.
I love what CarePortal's doing. I mean, just tell our listeners all that you guys do, because
All right.
it is incredible.
All right, we're gonna tell you everything right now. So start the timer. So CarePortal is a care sharing. He is starting the timer right now. I'm gonna keep it brief. Is a care sharing technology that helps you know what the needs are in your community. When we talk to churches, we talk to folks. Most people want to help in the community. They just don't know how.
Right.
And so CarePortal is a technology where you can get your phone out and say, well, I want to do something in the community. You can get your phone out and see within a 10-mile radius of where you live, what are the needs in my community? So we have professional, child-serving professionals, extra professional. They put in the request, so they're vetted needs for families in crisis, whether it's like foster care, crisis pregnancy centers. They put in the needs, and then that makes you aware within your radius to where you are in your neighborhood, and you can say, yeah, there's a kid who needs a car seat so they can come home from the hospital. Yes. They need clothes. They need a crib. They need a bed. And a lot of these items are low cost but high impact items. Like if a child doesn't get a bed to sleep in, they could be removed from their home if they're in the system. They need a bed to sleep in, and that's tragic. We don't want to see kids sleeping on the floors, right? So there are lots of like low cost, high impact ways that specifically churches can do. We want to be the light of Christ. We want to find vulnerable families and encourage them and love them. But most people just don't really know how to do that. It can be very complicated. So in a nutshell, that's what we do, is we build this ecosystem of people who want to respond to requests, and we have requests going out from our professional agencies that we partner with. And this ecosystem is just a beautiful way that we can all be on the same page working together.
So people that are engaging that, are they just Christian folk, or anyone can engage?
Good question. So anyone can engage. So you can sign up. You can go to beautifulredemption.com. You can sign up just in your area. There's a plug, shameless plug.
That's what we're here for.
So businesses can sign up and they can like fund items and say, hey, I want to get back in my immediate community, so I'm going to buy that bed, I'm going to buy that dresser, I'm going to buy those clothes.
And it's
or
a
whatever.
tax write-off, right?
It's a tax write-off for the
Amazing.
business, and then churches actually can claim that funding on their CarePortal card and go actually serve the family in person.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful ecosystem to where like people have different roles in it, but everybody has a part to play in it.
Yeah. Wow. How did that originate? I'm sorry. It's so fascinating to me to talk about this, Lisa. That I mean, who thought of that?
Yeah. Gosh, somebody way smarter than me.
Was that your father-in-law?
That was, well, he's a very smart individual. It wasn't his idea, though.
I know you guys are close.
You thought you had to throw that in for free, right?
If you were here, I would totally throw him under the bus. But it just feels wrong if he's not here.
Right.
My boss is my father-in-law, so...
they get along famously.
It's a complicated relationship, but yeah, I mean, we wanted to create a platform where it wasn't just it just wasn't a Christian platform. We really wanted to bring the whole community together because we believe that there are more than enough resources in our community. But the problem is people don't know, they're not aware of what the needs are. Like I live in Douglas County and it's just shiny houses everywhere. Like nobody could possibly be in crisis here. And then you look at the numbers and you look at the Department of Human Services gets 10,000 calls per year of families in poverty-related neglect, abuse situations. There's a lot going on under the surface that people just aren't aware of.
No idea.
Yeah, I was aware because, like the last group that was here, I was the most recent chairman of the board of directors at CASA.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so so those folks, do you deal?
CASA puts out requests all the time. They're amazing partners.
And do you work with Tessa as well?
Not Tessa.
Tessa's a good one too.
Okay.
You should tap into them. They helped me stand up when I needed it.
Okay.
So, yeah,
We'll check them out for sure.
Domestic abuse, women's
absolutely
situation stuff. So but they're great, and
Okay.
you guys could be potential partners because
Good connection.
I went to them desperate, but I was rolling up in an Acura, and I had nothing to my name.
Right.
So that
And on the
stereotyping
surface, it looked
people.
like,
Yeah, on the surface, it looked like I had all my ducks in a row, but
Yeah.
I had nothing. So, yeah, I love what you're doing. That's
Thank you.
amazing because there
Aw.
needs to be an ecosystem like that
Right.
because I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
I learned about Tessa through the chaplain who told me about Tessa
Okay.
at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if I can plug something for
Please.
Yeah,
CarePortal as
please.
well,
Please.
I think what they do is so people do feel isolated when we're in this situation, and it helps build community and let them know that there are strangers and community members that actually care and they want to help. And that's our job as a responder, is to come alongside these people when we can and help them and lift them up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And give them
She's very humble, but she's actually like one of our, I'm going to not say one of our highest responder. I think she single-handedly served like 1,000 kids.
Oh,
Not
nice.
kidding. Not embellishing.
Wow.
Yeah, she's on fire.
Is she?
And that's
That's
just what she
incredible.
does with CarePortal, not even to say
Yeah.
her own ministry as well.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your story.
Yeah.
how I met Steve.
No.
Not
Before
Steve.
that was not the end all
Way
be
back,
all of
way
your
back.
story.
Steve is part of my walk. I mean, I was going to church and kind of just doing what I should be doing, and never really felt motivated. And I would call myself a complacent Christian, and I knew I wanted to get involved in what was called our Deacons Fund at the time, which helps people when they need help with their rent or whatever. And it was a very small amount. Then CarePortal came on board, was introduced to our church, and I got to meet Steve, and it was instant. Kind of skyrocketed me into, now I'm working at the church in ministry, dealing
Wow.
with people and situations I never thought I'd be involved with.
So do you go to the same church?
No,
No. How long ago did you meet Steve?
maybe 4 years ago.
4 years ago,
4
probably.
years?
But you know, when people have the same heart,
Mm-hmm.
and that's to serve the community, serve children and families in crisis, there's an instant bond.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Instant bond.
So you attract what you are, not what you want to be.
Mm.
Right. So those are where those attractions come from. Tell us a little bit about your family makeup.
Like number of kids.
Yeah. Your incredible husband,
Yeah.
number of kids, all those things. Yeah.
Um,
Where are you from originally?
I'm from Kentucky.
Oh, yeah,
Kentucky.
North Carolina.
Yeah. So both my parents.
Do you have awesome hats?
I did go to the Derby and get an awesome hat.
What is that? What does that
It's a
mean?
thing, I guess.
It's a thing.
When you go to the
Kentucky
Derby,
thing.
you have to have
Oh,
The
the
ladies with
Derby.
their hats,
It's
looking
like, what a
the
random
part,
question. Do you have a hat?
Yes.
No, right?
It's
Just like
the
a
culture.
Okay.
And we moved out. I'm originally one of 8 kids, and my parents moved out here when I was 10, and I went to high school here, went to public schools in Denver, loved Denver. Okay, there's been some changes.
What does that mean?
Yeah, well,
Oh, the public schools in Denver, you mean?
yeah, they're yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I get it.
I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, my kids
But,
live.
um,
Yeah.
Anyway, my husband, between us, we have 6 kids and all those grandbabies. And
Wow, you
I
got the
have
Brady
some-
bunch.
So your family's blended as well?
It is.
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
I have my mom is still around. She's 91.
Oh, my.
And I help
Wow.
with her as well.
How long you been married to your current husband?
We've been together about 24 years. So we got married. Sorry, I'm doing the math.
Carry the one.
That's 18.
There
Me
it is.
Is
too.
that right?
18 years?
Hey.
Yeah.
13 grandbabies. November 3rd is my 18th anniversary.
Yeah. With his second
Congratulations.
wife.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yes.
was married 20 years to my
Yes.
first one.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Who ceremoniously kicked me to the curb. I deserved it, though.
So.
That was enough of it. So we're friends today. I said, you know what, Debbie? I would have divorced me too.
No blame right there.
I was pretty jacked up. So, yeah, so 6 kids blended, 13 grandbabies, and etc. And
just 4 years ago, your heart opened to the possibilities of serving children and families in crisis?
Well, I've always had a heart for it. I've always had a heart for just people who couldn't do what I felt like I could do. And I was a coach of Special Olympics in college. I taught handicap swim. So I just had a heart for just someone
Serving.
just serving. And I'm always comfortable around people that are just a little bit different and don't fit into the norm.
Yes.
So
That's why we're friends.
yeah.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
I'm her project.
Oh my gosh.
It's hard. This hair is
But
gray.
somebody's got to do it right.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Sorry, I totally sidelined that.
Yeah, you
No,
did.
it was perfect. It's how we work.
That's right.
Yes.
But God really moved in me. And he really, and I kept going to my pastor, Dave Runyon of Canyons Community Church, and just saying, I need more messy. And boy, when you ask and you're genuine, God delivers.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yeah, I'm reading a book right now, Lean Into the Mess. It is so powerful because it talks about why we're so bored, right? The reason, particularly in the church environments, we call it how to remedy spiritual boredom. Lean into the mess,
Yeah.
and you won't be bored.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You
Yeah.
want everything so clean and tidy and et cetera, et cetera. No, we're messes. We are jacked up as a humanity.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't care if you go to a building on Sundays or not, you're still jacked up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
We are. So, yeah.
Well, and it's through CarePortal that my ministry actually came about, because through CarePortal, I was working with agencies like Hope's Promise, Project 127, just DHS, CASA. And through that, we formed alliances where we are now partners with those agencies. FSTS, which is from Silence to Save, an anti-trafficking organization that's in Denver. And these are just God was moving me to, okay, work with these people.
Yeah.
See what you can do.
Have you guys heard of Exodus Road as well? With sex
I've heard
trafficking?
of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really
Oh, my.
powerful. It's local here. That's a good
Okay.
hit them up.
Philippines, Thailand.
Yeah.
Stealing
Around the
Prince
world.
Yeah,
Exodus
yeah,
Road.
they do great work. Yeah. And one of the things, someone called me because I went to an Exodus Road meeting a week or so ago.
Yeah.
And they were showing this film called Declassified, how they were going in and busting traffickers and rescuing young ladies and et cetera. And every country that they went to, I was in when I was in the Air Force, right? And it just broke my heart because I realized this is my before days, BC days, right? That I probably participated in some of that stuff. And it just sent me home, man, with my heart just crying and heartbroken over the fact that unknowingly I was probably participating in some of that trafficking and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy the blinders that we can have sometimes.
Absolutely.
When we were in Thailand and we had this ministry with sex trafficking, and we would talk to the Johns, and every John that I talked to, a John would be somebody who would actually
my
go.
first name, by the way.
no
Can
correlation
you see why
there.
I don't go by John?
Yeah. But we would talk to the guys who would be like purchasing these women, and they kind of thought of themselves as like they were doing something noble to like help them in their economic situation.
Yeah.
They kind of thought of themselves as like sponsors, and it's just crazy how we can get these blinders on, and then later on in life, God can be like, no, like you are a part of that, and you have to just be like, I'm sorry,
We'll justify anything in the human noggin.
Yeah.
Truly.
Right?
People don't willingly want to,
No.
work against their values. And you find a way to be like, this is a little shady, but I'm doing a good thing. And
Yeah. We won't tell anybody.
Won't go down that rabbit hole.
Robert Frost had a quote here, and I want to share this with you, Steve. I know both of you probably have heard it. It says, "I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled, and it has made all the difference." What's the road less traveled for you, my friend?
Oh, shoot. Wow. I was just reading an illustration about like animals making like game paths. Like animals will find like the closest route to something else kind of through the woods, and they'll make like a very easy path to go. But then you've got other people who hunt on those paths as well. And so sometimes the easiest path is the path that you are going to get picked off on. And so I guess what's the hard road for me? I think especially being in the system and being aware of so many needs, it's that compassion fatigue of like another situation like this. Yeah. Or I think a lot, especially when we come to the foster care system in general, there's a lot of stereotypes and just kind of like negative stereotypes as well about whether it's the caseworkers or the families or the kids and what we think about a foster kid or there's a lot of that, and you have to come back to, you have to constantly reset your position, be like, this person is made in the image of God. This person is valuable to God just as much as I am valuable to God.
That's right.
And to write off a human being made in the image of God without even knowing their story is very natural, because we can only take in so much, right? And so we get into our easy paths, and we're like, cool, I'm on this easy path. And you're like, no. What about that email you got this morning, like about that request? Like, don't just write them off because you don't know them or you've already got an assumption of what's going on in their life. Like, what's the harder road here? Okay, I'm gonna step and get involved. And that's where Cindy was absolutely incredible about like getting involved in CarePortal. She didn't just meet a request. She would meet a request and meet the caseworker and be like, let's get coffee. And then that would start up all these new conversations about the ecosystem. And then that's how she got involved in all these ministries, was taking the hard path. I took your answer if that was going to be your answer.
Perfect.
I got you.
I got you. Got an answer for me and for you.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
You know, Lisa and I like to frame the Be Encouraged movement. And make no mistake, it's a movement, because we're rebelling against everything culturally that says we have to live negatively, that we have to pour out negatively, that we have to live in those spaces of hatred, unkindness, and dismissal. Yeah, we're rebelling against that. So we call our movement Crazy Good. Not just good.
Crazy
good.
Let's go. Crazy Jack. There we go.
Yeah, we have a few crazy jacks in there.
Crazy
Some
Jacks.
people even frame meetings. That's okay. It's okay. What are you doing that's crazy good, young lady?
Oh, can I do a plug?
Yeah.
So we are hosting a first ever Thanksgiving meal for the community at our church on Thanksgiving.
Oh, nice.
From 11 to 1. So you can go to the rescue mission, which is downtown, but as you said, Douglas County, you see all the shiny houses and you don't think there's people in need, and there are. And I dropped off the flyers at some of the schools, and one of the teachers said, I'm making a copy of these, putting it in all the bags that are going home this weekend for the kids who need food for the weekend. So that, and I'm just, please sign up. We can take 100, and if it's that successful, we'll have 2 seatings next year. But this is a dine-in where you're going to be seen, and you're going to be heard, and you're going to be known.
Wow.
What city is that in?
Castle Rock.
Castle Rock.
Okay.
There's poor people in Castle Rock?
Hard to believe.
Look at the CarePortal request.
Yes. There's plenty.
Plenty.
It's
You
getting
live there
harder
as
and
well?
harder to live there, yes.
You live there as well?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But I understand your sentiment.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
Because it looks like there's not.
It does. You ride through I-25 to Castle Rock, and even if you go on some of the streets, it's like people are building humongous homes
Mm-hmm.
and et cetera, et cetera. It looks like so affluent everywhere.
Lots of apartments are popping up too. Up there,
Are they?
though. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
a victim advocate for the CRPD and Castle Rock Police Department, and so we go out on calls with the officer, and you'll be surprised at the number of calls we go out on when there's been abuse.
Really? Man, you're just in it to win it, aren't you? Yeah, when you go, you like go. Yeah, if there's some problem, call Cindy.
That's right.
You know.
So, Cindy, I'm curious, do you have a background in domestic violence in
I
your
do not.
family ever?
No. No, and I yeah, and it's a question I asked just to keep a couple weeks ago, like, why am I here? Like, who can relate to me? I mean, if I've never experienced, let's say, what you have experienced. But, you know, God has put it on my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what you do.
Yeah.
And you can see
beautiful.
it when you talk.
Yeah, you're passionate about it.
Yeah,
It
you can
comes
see
through.
that. You don't have to be a live.
No, you
Remember
don't.
back in churches, man, everybody would make their testimonies much bigger than the one before, right? Well, and I shot up 8 times. And he shot up only 7. Right.
Yeah.
And it
God
seemed
really
like it was
saved
some
me.
competition.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're only half saved.
Although I will say this, the church I grew up with in Oakland, the pastor's son, he really felt intimidated because he didn't have a story.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like, what is wrong with me?
Yeah.
I didn't, like, he knows he was a sinner, but he's like, the worst he did was lie to his parents about something stupid. You know what I mean? He wasn't out there partying, doing all the things. And for years, he was like, man, I wish I had, because when I got born again at 19, I was ashamed. I didn't want to tell my story. I was just like, yeah, I'm back, guys, you know, and because I grew up in that church. But he's like, no, Lisa, it is an honor that you have a story to share to the world, because he didn't. He's like, I wish I did. And I'm like, no, you don't. You're good.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? People have, they think they don't have a story, but he really does have a story
Everybody
too.
has a story.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Isn't that crazy how the enemy can slip in
Yeah.
and be like,
Yes.
your story's not good enough.
Yes.
But you shouldn't tell your, like,
Yeah.
both sides. He's got both of them with the same exact lie. Your story's not
Exactly.
good enough. Like,
It's so dumb.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go out and kill somebody, then you got to stop.
Yeah, then you
I know,
come back.
right?
You come back to Jesus.
Yeah. Oh my
Go
God.
rob a
Yeah.
store or something, man. Your story's jacked up. It's ridiculous,
Right.
isn't it? Well, you guys doing such great work. Steve, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
All
Franklin.
Love it.
I call my wife baby so I don't jack it up.
Oh, okay. All right.
If I ever remember a name, I'm doing well. I remember Lisa. Yeah, because I see her so much.
Yes.
I see her more than I see Michelle.
Yes.
And that's baby. And that's baby. Your wife.
Yes.
wife,
Okay.
Yeah. Wife is baby.
Yeah.
Wifey.
Baby.
But my husband's name is John, and he's technically John. So if I screw it up,
Oh, gotcha.
I'm fine.
You're good.
But if you call me John, I'm not answering.
Uh-huh.
I've
got that-
never been called that.
I've got that weird thing with my wife where, like, we have little kids, and so, like, I'll be like, Mommy, and, like, so I'll call her Mommy in front of the kids, and then I'll be with, I was like, hey, Mommy, Katie.
Yeah. What's your name again?
Kind of weird.
My mom
Honey,
was Katie.
yeah. Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
How did you meet Katie?
Oh gosh, that's a fun story. So I was a youth pastor in New Zealand for a while, and which was really fun.
Yeah, New Zealand.
We
Look at
started
it,
a youth group
Country dropping.
with one church, and I lived in my pastor's like garage. So it was kind of like a souped up in a hammock. It was awesome.
Wow.
And then we were working on another church at night, and then we had a nonprofit that we were working on like all the rest of the time, and. Anyway, so I was living in New Zealand doing the thing, and then my mom wanted to go on this trip to Israel, and there was a good slot for it. So we're like, cool, all right, we'll go to Israel. So I go to Israel, and on the tour, it was a little older of a tour, predominantly. And so there was somebody my age who was actually super cute. And so we, of course, became friends.
Yeah.
We'd like sit together and everything. And we were getting on the bus one day, and one of the guys was heckling us from the back. He's like, ooh, Steve and Katie on the bus together.
Aw.
And she leans back and she goes, Brock, it's not like that. And then she sits down, and I go, but what if it was? And she was like, no.
Yeah, immediately.
So
no.
she turned me down flat.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah, flat. It was like a classic
I like
Dumb and
her
Dumber.
already.
I was like, so you're saying there's a chance? And she's like, no.
What part of NO did you
Right?
get?
But
Is it the N or the O?
yeah, okay, I can tell she likes it.
Yes.
She's just playing hard to get it.
Oh
see?
my gosh.
I work with middle school too, and I keep on telling them just like shoot way above like what you're qualified for. Eventually they'll cave. Keep on, get real acquainted with rejection. Eventually they'll be like, he's cute enough.
Yeah.
But so we were like departing. I had to leave a little bit early, complicated, but I left, and then she was like, where's my friend? Like, where's Steve?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I think I like him.
Oh.
And so I was like, so can I call you? Whatever. She's like, yeah, that's fine. And so I would have to get up at like 2 a.m. to call her for her like morning commute. And so she's like, you called me. Like, you actually called me. And we
At 2
dated.
a.m.?
We ended up dating up.
Yeah.
We dated for like 4 or 5 months, long distance. And then I moved to Colorado and lived in her parents' basement.
Oh, that's why you get along with Dad.
Yeah. And I was
Oh,
like,
that's right.
Okay.
There's that guy.
Yeah.
this is
Yes.
weird. This is
He's-
weird. Yeah.
He's good.
He's good. Yeah,
Thanks,
I have a
good.
really good father-in-law. This came up later. So when I asked him for permission to date Katie, it was over Skype at the time, and we were Skyping, and I was like, super awkward. Like, so sir, I like your daughter. And, would it? It was just the most uncomfortable conversation for me ever. It's like, would it be cool if I pursued her?
How old were you?
Oh, I was 24, 25.
Oh, that's pretty mature.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Nah, mature is a strong word.
Well,
but
that's true.
I was older.
Poor guy.
Yeah. And,
Well, after all, he is a dude.
yeah. I come along. And then I heard recently, like, if you have ADHD or something, you know, a typical guy, they'll developmentally come around about 25. And they're like, but if you have ADD, it's more like 30 something. So I'm like, I keep telling my wife, I'm like, so apparently we finally peaked here, and the rest is downhill from here. But anyway, so when I was asking my future father-in-law if I could date, so Katie, she had turned up the volume all the way on the speakers and then walked out of the room, and the entire extended family was all listening to this conversation.
Oh my gosh.
And I didn't know this for like a year afterwards, that they were all just like laughing and making fun of me the whole time.
Oh,
It was a good
that's
thing
so
she didn't tell me
adorable,
for a while.
Yeah, that's not adorable.
Yeah.
You must have an amazing family.
Oh, they're the best.
Amazing parents.
They're awesome.
Because it took. Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't take with
Yeah.
my kids. I was so jacked up that they were like, I don't want
Yeah.
to. I don't want to follow your footsteps.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So when I was really young, my dad passed away from cancer.
Oh.
And, that throws the family in all sorts of like weird dynamics and stuff, and really struggled with like what is home and what is family. And that verse in Psalms that says like, I will be a father to the fatherless.
Yes.
So the cool part of my testimony is I really got to see like God as my father, because like I grew up without like a physical dad. But then what I tell my father-in-law now is like, all your kids are super blessed. Like they get to have you, but like they never experienced not having a dad.
Yeah.
And I went through the full progression of not having a dad and coming to terms with I'll never have a dad.
Yeah.
And now the fact that God has now I have you in my life, and we have a relationship and we love each other, like I feel like I'm more blessed than everybody else, because I actually had to come to terms with the not.
Yes.
And then God provided, and I'm incredibly
Your mom
grateful
never
for that.
remarried?
Mm-mm. Never interested in it.
Never.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
You would adopt Papa Mike and Mama Lisa too. And I almost adopted them myself.
You can.
And I think
It's
I
okay.
might be older.
Well, we had lunch with Mike.
Oh, you
that
did?
day.
Yeah, we had
yeah.
lunch with
Oh my
him.
gosh,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
That's
Yeah.
how I know that they
Yeah.
get along famously.
Yes.
Yes.
Trying to get a word in edgewise between those
Yeah,
two.
they're
Yeah, it was
It's
probably
bad.
easier to run through hell with cursing
bad.
in the world.
Sorry about that. We don't do the best first impressions. Sorry. But we're on the show, and here we are, guys. Here we are. It all worked out in the end.
It took a minute to get you scheduled.
I know.
Yes.
Primarily my
Something she said.
irresponsibility. Just kind of put me off via email. No. You were fine. You were fine.
I'm teasing.
No, we have tons of people who are approved who don't do step 2. And
Oh, yeah?
They just never get on the show. So
Yeah, got to do step 2.
Yeah, I did step 2 before you did step 2.
I think so.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, Steve.
Yeah.
That's why I need good people in my life.
Way to follow up, Cindy.
See, this wouldn't have happened
Yeah.
without Cindy.
Yeah. What
Is
would
that
we do
nickname?
without Cindy?
Oh.
You know, doggone it. Yeah, so no wonder he asked you to come on. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Lantz.
So Cindy, tell us about your experience with your first marriage and overcoming that.
I was young when we met and married, and had 3 beautiful daughters as a result of the marriage. Yeah, and wouldn't say I was a believer necessarily. Like the person who doesn't have a testimony. I felt like God was always in my life, which He always is in your life. He keeps pursuing, and thank God He does. Ended up, not in a happy relationship, and got divorced, and
Yeah.
so anyway, and I'm so thankful.
I was a believer.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. I was a pastor, doggone. Yeah. But I was dealing with so many things, 26 years old when it became a real, before I ever heard it was even a possibility that Christ was my Savior.
Right.
As a homeless guy down in Acacia Park. Yeah, drunk, jacked up. Someone came through and shared the gospel with me and bent their knee right there in the park with me, and then took me home with them. It totally changed my life, but it was so much baggage that was still
Right.
a result of my upbringing. I'm not making an excuse. I'm just saying it is
Oh,
what
yeah.
it is,
Yeah.
right?
But that,
Yeah.
Salvation can happen in a second. But,
Yeah, but change is a lifetime.
but change is hard. That's real hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of things I look back on that I wasn't, that I wish I were, but at the same time, therefore no condemnation, because I know I'm in Christ. So, right,
Amen.
that
Yeah.
I can live this life free from all of that guilt, shame,
Yeah.
Right.
and other things. So
Maturity is such a hard thing because, I mean, you have sugar, you have caffeine, you're like, man, I feel good. And you expect, like, maturity is like that. And I just had a situation with our family and stuff, like disciplining our kids. And I was just like, man, I could have done that better. Like, and then, a situation where I was just like, I just feel like I should have done, I could have done, and then you just kind of feel yucky about the whole thing until it's resolved. And then, you come to resolution, you're like, okay, I'm sorry for this. I take responsibility for this. I'm going to do this differently. And you go through that whole process, and you're like, was that maturity? Because it felt awful. Like, that was not a good time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. But I think we think of maturity of just like, that it's some delightful, like,
I
sugar
don't-
high.
There's
It's
growing
not.
pains.
It's
if
not
anyone
fun.
ever thinks that, then they are immature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think we'd all be a lot more mature. if we were more
Right.
fun. I'm going to
Exactly.
write a letter to Jesus about
Yeah.
that. If you could just make this, gamify this whole thing, that would be great. Like, make it a lot more fun.
Make it a whole lot more fun.
That's my love language, fun, so,
I can tell. I can tell.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. So, coming from being a youth pastor.
Yeah.
Right. You never were a senior pastor, though, right?
No, they never let me do that.
Yeah. See, they never let me be a youth pastor.
Hey,
maybe
see?
that might have been a better progression, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell people, he said, you were elevated to being a pastor because I have really good vocal skills,
Yes,
right?
you
Yeah.
Yeah, I speak a lot, right? So
Non-stop.
She's actually got like a needle down here where she just stabs him occasionally and it's like, you done. You done, son. Sorry. She
What do you
doesn't
think
really
about
have
that,
any weapons.
Melissa?
That I can see.
That was jacked up.
She knows I speak the truth.
That was not true.
Oh.
You talk as much as I do. But anyway, what was my point before?
I don't know. Pastor, youth pastor, something like that.
Yeah, you senior pastor,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
youth pastor.
And then people say, "How long are you a pastor, Frank?" I say, "Oh, about 2 years," because my character did not match my calling. It didn't. Right? Now I can look back and go, you know what? Boy, it sure didn't. It was kind of really messed up. And I'm glad God removed me from that because of the people that I would hurt.
Yeah.
Because I was refusing to mature. Right?
Yeah.
I was believing something that was like, you know what, this has to be all rainbows and lollipops and stuff, you know, so where is it? Right? And I was the opposite, and my marriage was in disarray from the beginning. And right, so all of those things I walked through, but now in my 60s, I can look and go, you know what? All things do work together for the good.
Yeah.
They do. Was that his best? No. But I am his best. That doesn't make me any less his best, right?
Yeah.
So isn't it this walk is a trip?
It is an absolute trip.
It is. But the more we learn and grow and lean into it, we become better.
Yeah.
Truly.
Lean into the mess.
You do.
Lean into the
Yeah.
mess.
You see how much more broken you are.
Lean into
Yeah.
you are.
Oh, yeah.
You are.
The more
And
you
your
lean in.
heart's
Yeah.
softer, and you understand other people better.
Yes.
I love Melissa.
Yes.
Look at that face.
Yes.
What's there not to love? Right? He comes here and deals with our stuff.
Yeah, they
Yes.
split up with us.
And you're so awesome there. Yeah. You know, guys, we just love having you guys on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
Thank you for having us here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if it happens again, I'll know what to expect.
Yeah.
You can bring someone else.
Okay. That'd be the best choice.
It tells you the truth, right?
Yes. We're extra
Dress up
sparkle
anymore.
that
You look
day.
good.
Women are always, man, they can be at their very best, you know. My wife is like that all the time. Baby, will you come on with me? No. Will you do a picture with me? No picture. You know, when I was going, I don't look good enough. I'm going, what the?
You look good, baby.
Baby, I married you. You're a fox.
Foxy Michelle. Foxy Michelle, we love
There you go.
Shout out to Foxy Michelle.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be getting all of this and not look good.
Oh my gosh.
No comment. I don't have a comment. I'm speechless.
Oh, a rooting session, man.
Yeah.
Some props.
Yeah, look at that. Look at it. Full package. Got nothing. I'm a bad hype man. Sorry.
You are a bad hype man. If you say that, I'll be going, yes, Steve. Yeah, right on. Bring it on.
I was thinking every husband should be hearing this, right?
Yes, everyone.
Right.
Baby, you like a fine wine.
Yes.
Better with age.
Yeah.
Red, white, and
Uh-huh.
whatever color wine comes in.
Oh my goodness.
Our wives put up with us, so.
Yeah, that's what John feels.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he digs you.
Yes, he
He
does.
really loves her.
Yes.
You are very fortunate. to
I
have
am
someone.
blessed.
You are indeed.
I've had others. I know the difference.
Thought you were just gonna leave it there.
I'll leave it there. This one loves me.
Just in
Oh,
case
good.
others are listening.
Yes.
You're another. Just saying.
I doubt they're listening.
Let's hope not.
Oh, maybe they are.
But they're other. So my first wife said, Frank's another.
Yeah.
So, Steve,
Yes.
since you're our panel host, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
I would like you to look in the camera and to take a moment and encourage our listeners out there and then let them know how to reach you and your services.
Okay, I can do that. To all those who are out there, it's my intense face. No matter where you are, you can make a difference. Whether it's a small thing or a huge thing, but from what we've seen from CarePortal requests, is that sometimes families are in points of crisis, and it's not that you have to solve their whole crisis, and sometimes we feel that weight of like, I can't fix this. Like, I can't put your family back together. I can't like save you from homelessness. I can't whatever. But really the light of Christ living in you, a simple act of kindness can change the entire landscape for a family. And we've seen that over 27,000 times just in Colorado, of just a small window of opportunity where you get to be the light of Christ through a CarePortal request, or even if it's not. If you want to look at CarePortal requests and respond to one, you can do that. Go to beautifulredemption.com, sign up as an individual, or if you attend a church, you want to get your church involved, you can make a church group. And it is just amazing to see the local church acting as a unified thing, right? Not just every church on a corner, but like together, the local church is changing the landscape for kids and families in crisis. And it's because of individual responders just responding to a single request. If every one of our responders responded to just one request per year, we'd serve like 20,000 kids a year.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Just one child, 1 year, one request. And so sometimes problems like solving the foster care crisis can seem insurmountable.
Yes.
But then once you look at your numbers, you're like, no, I think the church could actually be a light to our entire community.
Yeah.
I think we could actually do this. You might look at your small congregation or your small group or be like, what can we really do? But together we can actually do so much. Just each of us doing one thing at a time. Every
How
church doing a
can
little
a
bit.
church, if they wanted you guys to come and tell their congregation about CarePortal, how do they do that?
Reach out to me at steve@beautifulredemption.com. You can email me, beautifulredemption.com. You can enroll as a church. There's no cost involved. You just enroll. I'll reach out to you. I'll train you to how to kind of run a group at your church. We'll talk strategy, the nuts and bolts of how everything works. But yeah, we're here because we really want to support the local church in its mission that it's already doing. We're not trying to get, well, you should do this. No, y'all are all, I have never been to a church that's like, no, we don't care about people. Like, we don't care about our community. If you didn't, like, what are you doing being a church?
Yeah.
They just haven't been to those dysfunctional churches, but like, they want to care. And so we want to help you in your mission statement. How do you tangibly do that? Okay, serve one request. This is tangible. We can count that.
Yes.
We can count the economic impact that comes from that. We can count children served, interactions had, like prayers prayed. We can, like, all that is tangible. We want to help you in your efforts to what you guys are already doing.
So good.
Steve.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.
Yes. Cindy, you get to do that as well.
Yep.
Look in that camera.
Encourage the
Yeah.
world.
Well, I don't know how I can top that with Steve, because
stop.
through CarePortal, it has opened so many doors for our church, and what started as a very small ministry has now blossomed into supporting so many different agencies and walking with them, now serving Thanksgiving to our community, which I just can't wait to see what happens next and where God leads us. And to just piggyback on what Steve said, we're all called. Every Christian is called to help. And that doesn't mean that you necessarily have to fill a request. You can just push a button and say, I'm praying for that family. When I look at those requests, I keep in mind that is a child right before me.
That's beautiful.
There you go. Wow. Yeah, couldn't have said it better, my friend. Thank you very much. You know, we here at the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa, we are sponsored, underwritten. So Westco Insurance with the great Karen Butcher helps us help people. and she just gives the best service ever. She's my insurance agent.
She's mine too.
You need to give Karen a contact at westcoinsurance.com, or you can even reach her through our website at beencouraged.net. Planet Duck and the great Brandon Kirk and his team offer astronomical air duct cleaning with the most powerful vacuum trucks in Colorado. They are stronger than the vacuum of space. Indeed. So you need to reach out to Planet
I
Duck.
think we need something.
Do you have something we should
You have what?
Do you have something we can plug?
We can plug you if you become a sponsor.
So more and more people are seeing the benefits of a sponsorship with us. We're now up to 25 sponsors within only 14 months. Thank you, all of you. So visit us at beencouraged.net to become a sponsor and get your business name out there to our growing audience. Our platinum sponsor has seen an aggressive 900% growth in their business in just 7 months. So please like and follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn to join us on our journey to extend hope and encouragement and help people realize their potential through networking, collaboration, and community involvement. And remember, if you want to join us internationally, go to our website and select International via Instagram to join us live from anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world, we are determined to get the message of hope and encouragement into community and society. In a week, there's something happening in our nation that really is transformative. And regardless of which side you land on in this thing, first of all, vote. Because a lot of people died to give us the opportunity to do that. So make sure that you vote. And secondly, love your neighbor, the one that doesn't vote like you, look like you, talk like you, act like you. We are called to love, period. And that's what the message of Be Encouraged is about. Thank you for being a part of our program. Make sure you go to beencouraged.net if you want to come on the show as well. And we appreciate all the support of our community.
Yes.
Yeah. Have a wonderful Monday.